first being that in somewhere around 1995, I became positive, and I get to still stand before you today. And for many of my friends and peers from that era, that's not a possibility. And there's a little bit of weight with that, in the sensation that we have to carry those hopes forward. And you also carry that weight. Most of you are here for similar reasons. For those folks that you picture and feel beside you, even though they are not. And so as a part of what we do each year, and tonight, if you would just for a minute, in spite of the noise of the festivities, take a minute, close your eyes, think of who you're here for, and let's just share that together. Give me just a moment with that.
I need your phone number.
Who are you here for? Think of them, and let's have a moment of silence. Silence-ish. One of the other undeserved privileges I had that I share with you is that starting in 2002, I got to show up to Montreal with a bunch of strangers. And you sort of picked your heart up and you threw it into a crowd, trusting they would catch it. Because hearts are fragile things. And over the years, one by one, from 2002 forward, you've all joined me in that. Showing up with respect for people you've lost, with hopes for things that seemed unachievable. And in the midst of strangers, put your heart out and it was caught. And yet in the midst of that, if AIDS teaches us anything, it's that all things come to an end and we have to let go. I had a good friend many years ago when we still used to meet in bars on a Friday afternoon and we would have drinks and we would look through the paper to see how many memorial services we had to show up at. And there were 4 or 5 of us and we would parse them out because there were too many and we couldn't show up to them all. And one of my dear friends at the time, his family and his tradition, as you went through the service and you went to the memorial band and they lowered the body, you carried a stone, you set it as part of your memory. But our hearts are not stones. So as this comes to an end, I want you to remember, build your monuments of stone, pile your memories together, put them in photo books, but your heart is not a stone. And it doesn't sit here with the end of the ride. It doesn't sit here with the end of CharityTreks. It goes on with the friendship you've made, the people you've entrusted it with. We say family on our badges because we've become family. And in all of its positive and minuses and with people outbidding you. These connections can live on. And they can become the next thing. We're in our second pandemic. As we've lost people from the first, we're losing them from the second. And yet all the things you've contributed to over 20 years, the millions of dollars you've raised that have turned into many more millions, have saved lives from hepatitis. They've created drugs that treat things that had nothing to do with HIV. And that every step forward towards our cure has been a cure for others. And if anything is family, isn't it a cure? So I hope as you walk away today, that as this ends, that you realize that it is not the end, and that your heart is not a stone. Pile your memories together, let them have their gravity and their weight. But remember that you trusted a really tender and fragile part of yourselves to the people around you. And as they are here today, they will be here tomorrow. And continue with that. Do not let this be the end. It is simply an end. And when we let go of one thing, it is to embrace another. You have all been terribly meaningful to me. And in many ways, cures for other forms of disease. But the embrace when you lose so many people is important. And we've all shared that at many times. I hope you walk away tonight with many good memories, with the love and strength of friendship, and that you know that as this changes, it moves from this thing to another thing. And that it's okay to let go. Because you still carry your heart with you, and those hearts have merged, and that's why we're family. I love and appreciate you all, and I hope you spend lots of money on